Greta Gerwig's blockbuster film Barbie is causing pink-themed Barbie mania around the world.
Dr. Nava Sultan is a psychology professor at Marymount College here in the city. She joins us now with some insight. Nice to have you back on Good Day. So Doc, I don't understand this. Barbie to me, growing up, was like kind of doll of contradictions, okay? She had this perfect figure, and yet she could be a nurse, she could be a homemaker, she could be a doctor. What I don't understand why everybody is like rallying around this right now.
You know, I think post-COVID, people are looking for happiness, they're looking for nostalgia, they're looking back at their past, and they want to connect with their kids, and outside of screens, it's a great way to connect with kids. I think also, just as you said, you can try on any persona as Barbie. You can dream big in this world, and I think that it allows for that nostalgia, it allows for big dreaming, it allows us to also evolve as a society.
I know, but it also kind of like makes us feel like we got to be perfect. You got to have that little waist. I never had boobs, so I always felt badly. So, you know, it went to like the pressure of how we look, whether we're working or whether we're dating.
Yeah. You know, something I've really enjoyed seeing about Barbie is its evolution. The fact that it did start off, just as you said, as this tall, blonde bombshell. But now we see a real evolution. We see Barbies with different abilities. Barbies who use wheelchairs, Barbies with limb differences, Barbies with Down syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they totally...
But I think what Rosanna's point is, this is about the movie. There's so much craze about the movie and people dressed up. But the thing is, the main character is still this white, perfect-looking female, slim, tall, skinny. Like, does that maybe might have a different effect than we might not be talking about?
Well, I think it's great when they do show more representation, when that isn't just the one Barbie they're showing.
But she is the main character. The
main character. They do try to have more representation, but you're right. It would be really lovely to see other characters take the main spotlight there. I've loved seeing the different cultures and ethnicities, the different Barbies of different shapes and sizes, different athletic builds. I think that's so important for today's children to be able to see those models and that representation.
It's always nice to see it, but it's also nice to see them as the main character, which is not what the movie represents. However, back to your point, I think the craze around it is there something wrong with us for wanting to be so crazy? Because I mean, I was literally wearing pink for 5 days straight, not right now. But there is just a need for being like, I just want to have fun. I want to put away the bad news and just go to the movie and wear pink. Why do we need that right now?
Well, pink itself, right, it's cheerful, it's fun, it's escapist, it is low stress, low anxiety. Just the color itself gives a sense of calm to people and a sense of excitement. So I think the pink itself is really a craze for that reason, and also, of course, for its association.
Okay, I know we need a distraction, but then I was starting to do some research, and I don't know, I came across this little tidbit, which I didn't know. Is it true Barbie was originally intended as like a sex doll for men?
I think there were some initial ideas in the late 1950s.
Is that why she was built that way? The unattainable standard that her body was built in.
You know, what I learned is that what they wanted to do was they used to have paper dolls, and they wanted to create a more 3D structure and have something more tangible for kids to use. And that, I think, was the initial idea. But yes, the way that Barbie was portrayed early on was very, very specific, that tall, blonde bombshell. But thank God it's evolved a little bit since then.
Well, yeah, you know, I have to say, I didn't say any of my Barbie dolls growing up, but I did get this from, I guess, Mattel back in 2016.
Who's that?
It was Barbie, President and Vice President, first all-female ticket.
I like that. Who's president, who's vice president?
I'm not really sure, but you can make them whoever you want. But they sent this in 2016 to me, so when I said
what about in the movie, how it's kind of like maybe downplaying the fact that Barbie just does not need Ken? And that's how Barbie was built. So what message
the guys are not happy about that.
I know. There's a lot of uproar on social media. I get it. I mean, look at this movie. You should not be getting that mad. But what kind of message does that send to females watching that movie?
I think that's a really important message. I think we need to understand that we're individuals, that we have our own sense of identity, our own values, our own intellect and strengths. We don't need a man like Ken to complete us. You know, there's that whole film, of course, You Complete Me, right? Tom Cruise's character saying that.
I love that line.
In the end, really, we need to be whole ourselves. We need to be whole. We need to be individuals. And then, if we find a partner who can be a nice complement to us, fantastic. But we don't need that person in order to survive and thrive in our society.
All right. Well, listen, we broke it down. I feel a little bit better now. How about you?
Oh, I still haven't seen the movie, so I got to do that. But your take on it?
Yeah, I'm not going to see it yet. Yeah. Dr. Silton, where can people find you?
I am at Marymount Manhattan College, and I have a comic book series actually about disabilities, and that's why I collect these different Barbies that show disability representation, because I love when people take the opportunity to do that, just like my Real Ability series.
Beautiful. Well, continued good work. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good Day's coming right back.